Hey my friends, Kirby here of KirbyAndersen.com. Hey, I pulled out the big guns today and invited my wife Gail to join me today to help me to address our topic, and that is to make the most of meal times at the family table. Gail actually wrote this blog post that's accompanying this video today. And so we're just going to tag team right now and talk about how to maximize this everyday activity and to make it something really special as a family, and that is just simply eating together. So sweetheart, why don't you start off by telling us why this is such an important subject for our families today?
I just think in today's world, people are busier and busier and they're not taking time to have a family meal together. But those families that are taking that time to be together, to share with one another, see the importance of it, the value of it. So obviously it's something they want to continue. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be just a simple meal together where you're all connecting.
Yep, that's true. Mealtime is really more than just, replenishing the fuel that our bodies need. It's an incredibly powerful time just to connect, just to update each other, to spend time together, decompress, share the events of the day with one another, with those that matter the most to you. And one of the other things that Gail would really use this time for, and she did a good job of it, that is to make sure that everybody learned good table manners, learn the skills of how to interact with one another, to appreciate one another. And so we just want to share just a few of our recommendations for making the most of your meal time together as a family.
So number one is have a plan. Mealtimes together do not happen by accident. You've got to sit down and look at your family's schedule, decide what nights you can reasonably all be together, and let everybody know. And then when you have those days, in the morning, remind everybody, okay, tonight is a special family meal. So everyone is keeping that in mind with their schedule all day long.
Excellent. Number two is alert the media. And this is just a little phrase in our family that we use just to remind everybody, make sure you know what time dinner is tonight so everybody can show up. Now, obviously, if you have young children in your home and that's really all that you've got for the kids, this is not that big of a problem. But as your children get older, they're going to start having their own schedules. You're going to need to talk about this in advance, and just to make sure that everybody knows that mealtime, or at least at whatever time you determine as family mealtime, is a non-negotiable.
Definitely. Then you want to give reminders. I mean, it's wonderful to have dinner at the same time every night, but that doesn't always happen, does it? Whether that be for teenagers or young children, make sure everybody's on the same page. And then when you get close to mealtime, you've got that 10 to 15 minute reminder where you're letting everybody know so that the transition from whatever they're doing beforehand is an easy one. I wasn't always good about this with our kids, but when I did give them that warning time, they loved it.
So good. It made all the difference in the world, and that works for a lot of other applications as well. Number four is to practice your manners. Now, we alluded to this earlier, and this was something that Gail had determined was very important, and we both agree with this. The world is just so much better if we just have a lot more courtesy and respect, and it all just starts with just learning some basic manners. So here's just a few, just to kind of get you started. These were just some things that we reinforced with our kids. Number one, when you sit down at the table, put your napkin in your lap before starting the meal. Just a great basic skill. Chew with your mouth closed. This was a big deal for Gail and I, kind of a little bit of a pet peeve, so we trained our kids well on this. Stay at the table until everybody's done. This isn't just kind of a come and go type of thing, and really you need to also ask to be excused. And we've even got a blog post, I think, down below where you can go and we talk a little bit more about this one. And then just clear your plate afterwards. I mean, everybody should have a little bit of a part in the dinner cleanup. And probably the other thing that was a really big deal for us, and even more so today, is no screens and certainly no cell phones at the table. Don't let this prime time in your family interaction with one another, connecting with one another, be robbed by the screens. You've got to learn to just ignore the phones. Don't pay any attention to the screens. This is a huge part of making this family mealtime really successful.
Definitely. And the last thing is to have supportive conversation at the meal. Mealtime is just not to fuel your body. It's to connect with one another. And that's another reason that we had our kids pretty much stay at the table while everyone was eating, rather than I'm done with my meal and I run off. So go around the table, let everybody have a chance to talk, tell about their day. What were the highs? What were the lows? And at times we even used a gavel that we passed around so everyone could tell who was talking, and then the others had to be quiet and listen. And even if with little ones we don't really think what they're saying is that important, we need to show that courtesy and listen to them as they're talking. There were times that we picked a person of the day and had each of us go around and just blast them with compliments. And that was a lot of fun too. Everybody appreciated the encouragement and support that they got during those meal times together.
Always started off a little bit awkward,
yes.
But especially the recipient ended up really enjoying it, and everybody had a lot of fun with that.
Definitely.
So parents, I guess the bottom line here is you owe it to your family to make sure that your family meal times happen as often as possible, because these things are just so important, and not every family member may fully appreciate how important it is at the time. But we can just tell you from experience that your family relationships are going to be so much stronger by using the family table well. So as always, we hope that this has been helpful to you today, and we want to encourage you to use the supporting blog post and the links that we have posted below this video to make your family meal times even better. If you'd like to stay up to date with us on future videos, I encourage you just to go to my website at KirbyAndersen.com and sign up for my email newsletter there. And also want to give a plug for my wife. She's got a YouTube channel. And moms, this is something I highly recommend for you. Just go to YouTube and search for Mentoring Moments for Moms. Just a boatload of practical and videos and encouragement for you moms. So again, we hope this helps you to live better, to love more, to leave the legacy that you desire. We hope that you guys have an awesome week. Honey, sign us off.
Okay, stay on target.
Stay on target, everybody.